Coming up this Saturday, we have two more big WPIAL football championship games. They originate from Newman Stadium at North Allegheny. 4A game at 1 o'clock, Jared Barton and Chris Snyder will bring you Thomas Jefferson, ALIQUIPPA. And then at 7 o'clock, I'll join Chris in the booth as we present Peters Township and Pine Richland. Both those games Saturday on Pittsburgh CW. Chris, let's go back out the lines. We got John in Hopewell who joins us right now. Hey, John.
Hey, Bob, Chris, thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Hey, I just want to talk, you guys were talking about Notre Dame storming the field. My daughter was one of those students that did storm the field. And I'll tell you what, I am 55. I would have stormed that field too. These guys have been under the microscope since May. Notre Dame, was the first school to say that they would go back in person. So these kids have had a tough time. And sitting 5 hours for that game, if that game was in Clemson and Clemson won, Clemson fans would have stormed that field. Hey, Bob, how many people you know that graduated from Hopewell attended Notre Dame?
A few. I mean,
Not many.
I know one that graduated from Hopewell. I know one that graduated from Hopewell and tortured Notre Dame when he was at Pitt.
Yes, he did.
So there's one.
He did.
Sorry to twist that
300
knife.
yards. No, John.
I would say though, honestly, I mean, again, I want to reiterate, it's easy, I think, to slam those kids and say how irresponsible.
Right.
But in the moment, who's the irresponsible ones? The kids or the people who said, no, we would like some of that ticket revenue actually from this game, so we're going to let 13,000 of you in there. We're the adults supposedly in the room. If you don't want them to storm and now you're going to make sure they all don't leave campus and you're going to test them, you shouldn't have let them there in the first place. I'd have no problem with the kids doing what kids do in that situation.
My only question is why were they packed? If you're going to have them in there and if you are concerned about this, and I agree with you, Chris, 100%. I think, they're celebrating something, and they're young kids. They're going to go through that. I think most of us who have been in that position would have probably done the same. My question would be, why were they seated so closely together? If you really want to take that seriously, you should have moved them around, but they didn't do that. Anyway, let's go out to Kirk in Harmer, who I believe has something else to say about this subject. What's up, Kirk?
Hi, Bob. Hi, Chris. I'm not as biased as Chris might be against Notre Dame, but Notre Dame isn't alone in this activity, of course. I believe over the last 40 years that what I have encountered is that you can take 500 children and put them in the same classroom and have them taught the same subjects by the same teachers, and you'll inevitably have almost half of those children come out lacking that sixth sense. We all have that sight, taste, the sound, and touch, and smell.
All right.
But that sixth sense that is the most important.
We're out of time.
Self-preservation.
Thank you, Kurt. Chris, it was interesting. Thanks for bringing up the Christmas
I'll see you Wednesday on that note, Pump.
Yeah, we'll try to continue.
Goodbye.
Good night. Thanks for joining us tonight, too. We appreciate it. We'll see you again tomorrow night right here on 1035. Have a good night.